apps. You could download apps for free, the app as an app, or sign up for free and get 100 coins that you could share with other content creators and yours truly. So it's saying here, talking about issues here, it's saying it's great now, connection, and so it's 0 viewers so far and 0 donations. So you could give thumbs up, high five, and as I said, share the coins here. And I will start out and see if it's working here with Facebook Live. Yes, it does. So that's good. I'll take a sip here of tea, Assam black tea from India. Cheers. As I often have Free Things Tech on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central European time. And then today I was thinking of, I'm preparing for a webinar, a crash course on Twitter, second one here. And I was thinking what could go wrong tech-wise. And so I have written on a note card by Model 1927 with pilot pen, board master that you use on a whiteboard. So, and this is a reading card that you could have for like books or like an index card when you have your library, but you could use it also when you have maybe tech issues, when you're sitting at the computer and doing notes, what's like a log, a blog on the ship or in the computer room. You have a log book, what's going on during your shift. So, and I'm not using harsh word or swearing. I think it's a lack of vocabulary. But of course you could say, we call it järnspikar in Swedish, like iron nails, like a hard word, or you know, all kind of things. But here we have one is when you have tech issues, is it depending on, because it's the garbage in and garbage out, that somebody have programmed in the wrong way, or and it's getting garbage out. And I was wondering, often tech companies have this domain called .io, and it's somewhere in the ocean, Oceania, some islands out there, standing for, and it's standing also for often in and out, so garbage in and out. And I looked at that domain, it's available if you want to buy it from some merchant or middleman. So you could say garbage in and garbage out. How have you programmed the app? Or it could be also the user. Have I done the right settings or missed something? And that often could be the case in my case. But yeah, you learn by your mistakes. And then it could be also this acronym called SHTF. And that's when, and that you say as a prepper also, when the SH star T hits the fan, what's happening then? Often you talk about that as a prepper or survivalist, or preparing for doomsday or some other scenarios. What will you do if the S is hitting the fan? And then issue number 0, like a 00 or 000, or this could go on for a long time. So I will do that now and then on Tuesday. I have some issues, tech issues, or if you as a listeners, watchers, fellow content creator, podcasters, blogger, etc., do you have any issues with tech? Want to have some help with technical problems? As I said, I'm not the tech guy, but I know one thing or two about new media and tools out there, and I've been testing it out. So, and then you have the last thing is, have you read the F? And that's the F word. F star CK manual. I wrote that, and when I was thinking of writing it there, but then it got too small and too cluttered, so then it was a so-called mistake, so I had to mark it with a pen. So read the F manual, or as they say in the movie, is it called Office Space? Have you read the memo? What's going on? So now it's 2 viewers. Thanks for viewing this short and sweet broadcast session on HAPS, and distributing, if everything is going right, to Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitter, and now it's called Twitter Live because Periscope is now gone. So we could cry a little, be sad a bit, but lots of people who have been on Periscope have joined HAPS. And then also, I think, did I say Twitch? If you're like a gamer, I'm not a gamer, but I'm thinking of doing find some simulation for like a home computer, like VIC-64 or Commodore, or VIC-20, Commodore 64 and Amiga 500, and play some games for fun. So, and hopefully in the near future, or maybe in the distant future, they will get the connection with LinkedIn Live. I don't know if I have got an invite from LinkedIn yet, or how you get that, but I hope it will come in the future, and then it will be neat for business purposes to be able to stream live through and via LinkedIn, thanks to HAPS. So I hope that will come in the future. And today then, 3 things that have been a bit of tech issues with me. The latest is Breeze. In a week ago I talked about podcasting 2.0, so you can check out this on Instagram, I think, and also of course on HAPS previous episode here last week. 2.0, and then I did according to the podcast index and did the different steps there with Satoshi streams and others, and then I found podcast apps, podcasting 2.0 apps. Like one app is Breeze, and that's an app that you could listen to podcast, and you could do all kind of neat things, and also you could pay other podcasters and donate micro payments or donations through like bitcoins, like streams, Satoshi streams, through Breeze. And you do it in, as I said, in certain steps through podcasting.org and the podcasting wallet. And there everything looks okay, but it's some step that I missed or didn't figure it out, or it's something with Breeze. And I'm now in this Telegram group, podcasting index group on Telegram, and waiting for Dave, is his name, Johnson. It's one of the programmers and others that's working hard on this new era of podcasting 2.0, and it's like namespaces, it's value for value, it's the different things that you could put in the RSS feed, like the HTML code and indications for different things like donation, payments, and so on, and giving credits to content creators in the podcasting workflow. So I'm waiting for Dave to check it out on Breeze. I got lots of help there through his community on Telegram, and when that's fixed, hopefully this week I could continue and adding more podcasts, so I could start using these podcast apps that are usable or applicable for this new era, podcasting 2.0. So that was the first thing, Breeze app, and I've been communicating there in different ways on Twitter and also on the Instagram and this Telegram group. The second one, now it's free viewers. The second one is Ringer, and I use Ringer for long distance recordings for my podcast, many of my podcasts with co-hosts and with guests. And there they have upgraded and developed this app, so now it's recording, you could say, in real time. So you don't have to wait until upload in the cyberspace or in the cloud. So it was something when I'm the host, and when I invite my co-host or guests, and then sometimes if a guest is earlier than me or the co-host, I have some inkling that maybe something could happen there, but I'm not sure with that. I don't have proof of that. But we had to resume the recording, and then it worked fine. And then the standard recording, that's good enough recording in MP3 format, mono mix, that worked. But I wanted to have an individual tracks that I could send to my co-host Adam, that will do the editing and so on in this script. And it was merging the files, the individual tracks, but nothing happened. It took forever. So that was an issue with Ringer, and as I don't know what's going on there. And I got kindly from great response from support, first one, and then later on Joe of Ringer there on the support, and that they are investigating this and will come back to me. And in the meantime, I got it through like a Dropbox or a Google Drive that I sent to my co. So it worked out fine. So it was not lost, but something had happened when it was merging these files. So that could happen. But I'm joking, and that this has happened to me. You're not really a podcaster until you have messed up a recording in one way or another. It could be long distance, or it could be face to face with a guest or co-host in a room, and you forget put on record, but press the record button, or something else with the microphones or whatnot. So that could happen. And that's the question: what are you doing when the S is hitting the fan? Do you have a backup plan? Do you do recording? And maybe sometimes it's a sign, so called, but it's the next time you're doing the long distance recording or having the guest another time, that's even better recording. So maybe it was meant to be. And the third thing is Twitter. They have sometime back in the day when I started 2007, and as I said, I will have a Twitter course here, a crash course soon. So it had been around for, I think, is it 2005 or 2006, or maybe, yeah, a couple of years before 2007, I think. But I was pretty early there. Then it was this fail whale that showed up, that they had some server issues, and it was so popular that it got slow. Now lately I've seen, often use it on my smartphone and the Twitter app, but sometimes I'm on my laptop and I do maybe a screenshot, or I want to include something, and there I try to upload the image, and then it says unsent tweet, and it's waiting to do it, and it doesn't get the tweet, and I can't send it. So that's something that have happened recently on Twitter. So I wonder what's going on there. And yeah, but overall Twitter is working pretty neat nowadays. But sometimes it's slow also on the laptop to start Twitter. I don't know if it's my computer laptop that's old, or is it Twitter or something else. So that was an issue with adding an image. You could add, for example, a GIF image or some other things, and then uploaded it, and it had worked fine until now, but sometimes on the laptop it hasn't worked. So I wonder what that is. And then I have a bigger issue with Twitter, and that's that Twitter follow limit rule. And I will keep on talking about this until they change it, or I could get a tool that's working and it's not too expensive. I'm open to pay for it if I could clean out my Twitter followers and do some late spring cleaning, like fall forward, and getting more tweets, because in a way it is about the numbers. It's of course quality and the tweets that you have, but I see now when I'm a nano influencer, thanks for 4 viewers now, nano influencers reaching over 1,000 tweets or followers. I have now almost 5,000, but I'm following more. Then I can't follow new interesting Twitter users, so I have to do something with it, because Twitter has, when you hit 2,000, I have a guess that you have to like 10% more, like 2,200 has to follow you in order to you to follow a new one user. And I have a difference on the other way. So if I have like 5,000, but I follow 5,000, it's not 5,500 that follow me. So I had to do something about that. So now it's 5 viewers here on Habs. So thanks for watching. So that's what I wonder about Twitter, when they will change that, or if you have any tips on a good program. I got from fellow Twitter user and author that have written a book about Twitter, Lisa Sicard. She told me about tweets map, I think it's called, and I've got some other suggestions also that I will look into, and I will talk about that with during my webinars, because that's my why and my goal also, to get more Twitter followers that want to follow what I'm doing on Twitter, and of course on other places in cyberspace. So I'll take another sip here of Assam black tea. Cheers. And then I will sign off soon. And as I said, I'm trying to do this 5 days a week, but depending on meetings or more important things going on, I will do it some other time or adjust the time when I'm doing it. So tomorrow it's Wednesday wrap, and that will be around 6 p.m. So I'll probably do that. So it will be what's going on during the week. And on Thursday it's Thursday Tours Thunder. So that will be 9 a.m. and I will probably be able to do that also before I'm going away on a business mixer. And on Friday it's around 6 p.m. Central European time. Thank J. It's Friday. And then follow Friday fun. And then on Saturday it's around noonish time. It's Saturday siesta around noon, talking about weekend and partying and having fun. So that's the plan. And I see again, if perhaps what we are doing now with the Twitter live, that's streaming, it'd be interesting how that looks. And again, we have to shed a tear for Periscope. Long live Periscope. And now it's Twitter live. And then in the future, hopefully LinkedIn live. So it'll be interesting to follow along. So thanks for watching Tech Issues on Tuesday Tech. 3 things here that I talked about: Breeze app, Ringer, and Twitter. And I must say that, for the record, I appreciate these tools and value them. And some, like Ringer, I'm paying for, and I'm a satisfied customer of a service, and have done lots of good things for me. And Breeze, when that will working and it will show up, then I could get support for my podcasts through micro payments and donation through these Satoshi streams. Like, is it 1 million or even more, or 100,000 parts, 1 millionth or 100 of Bitcoin. So it's not much, but it could add up. So I'm looking forward to that when that's working. And then again, Twitter, doing courses and webinars here and crash courses on this field. And I'm still hanging on Twitter. It's if I would have to choose one, Twitter will be my favorite tool. But with that said, I have some personal views and issues, talking about tech issues with Twitter, especially what we're doing with when it comes to freedom of expression and deplatforming, and that they have some agenda you could think about sometimes. So with that said, I will sign off and talk to you soon again. Cheers. Bye for now.